Hey Teen DPS, it's your host Natalie Brigham. Welcome back to DPS Snapshots, the show where we give you the top 5 stories you need to know for the week. Welcome to the last episode of Season 2. We've come so far. We actually have some exciting news to share about the show. We can now say that we are an award-winning podcast. We received an honorable mention recognition from the Colorado School Public Relations Associations, or COSPRA. I had to sneak in the small brag before we start, but with that, let's dive into this week's episode. Our first story is about the School Transformation Policy. The new School Transformation Policy, or STP, will be effective beginning in the 2025-26 school year, and it's rooted in a straightforward goal: supporting improving schools so that no school has 4 or more years of red or orange performance ratings. This policy emphasizes support, collaboration, and shared responsibility for improving outcomes in the most persistently low-performing schools. In doing so, it empowers DPS to take earlier, locally driven action when schools experience multiple years of low performance, before state intervention is required. The policy applies to both district-run and charter schools and is tied to sustained low performance on the SPF. If schools have 1 to 3 years of red or orange SPF ratings, schools will receive targeted support. This may include additional resources, changes to staffing or leadership, academic programming adjustments, or entry into a turnaround network. If schools have 4 or more years of red or orange SPF ratings, the district may consider school replacement or closure. These decisions will follow a process grounded in community engagement and require Board of Education approval. Over the coming months, DPS will work closely with all schools on the state accountability clock to ensure that school leaders, staff, and families understand the policy and are informed of the options available as schools move forward. If your school is currently on the clock, you can expect clear communication and direct support. Our next story is about 2 summer meal programs. The DPS Summer Food Service Program, or SFSP, is a federally funded, state-administered program that provides nutritious meals to children 18 years and younger at no charge. More information about food sites and schedules is available on their webpage, which is linked in our show notes. Also available over the summer is the Tasty Food Program. The City and County of Denver's Tasty Food Meal Program runs Monday, June 9th through August 15th. The program is open to all Denver youth ages 3 through 18 with no registration or ID required. More information about their food sites and schedules is available on the Tasty Food website, also linked in our show notes. Our third story is about changes to gifting testing grades in the fall. Beginning in fall 2025, Denver Public Schools will change when students are automatically tested for gifted identification. Instead of kindergarten, 2nd, and 6th grades, students in 1st and 5th grade will now be tested. This change helps to make access to gifted programs more fair and inclusive across the district. If your student is not in 1st or 5th grade, you can still nominate them for gifted testing. You can learn more about the changes in testing nominations process by visiting the link in our show notes. Our fourth story is about securing funding for ECE 4. Fun fact, the state of Colorado offers up to 15 hours per week of free state-funded preschool for 4-year-olds. Families who participated in the UPK program last year saved an average of $6,100 a year on preschool costs. Students who turned 4 on or before October 1st are eligible for ECE 4 funding. Here's how you can apply. Go to dpsk12.org/pre-K, that's linked in our show notes, to submit your Round 2 DPS school choice application. Next, wait to be offered a seat at the school. Applications will be processed on a first-come, first-served basis within school administration priorities. If the school has available space, your student will be offered a seat. If a waitlist exists, your student will be added to the list in date and time order within your given priority. Once you have accepted a seat at a school, it's time to submit your Colorado Universal Preschool or UPK application. This application is required to receive funding from the state through the UPK. If you have questions or want more information, visit dpsk12.org/pre-K. Our final story is a senior feature. In the final feature of our DPS Senior Spotlight series, we proudly shine the spotlight on Esther, an extraordinary student from Manuel High School whose journey is as inspiring as it is powerful. Esther moved to Denver from Uganda in 2023, arriving in a brand new country without knowing anyone. Despite challenges, she wasted no time getting involved at Manual. In just a few years, she's become a role model and a vital part of the school community. From academic excellence to active involvement in student life, Esther has embraced every opportunity with passion and resilience. Esther is headed to Fort Collins to study business healthcare at Colorado State University in the fall. You can watch her story by visiting the link in our show notes. Wow, that's a wrap on this week's show in Season 2. If you've been tuning into our show, you know we've been teasing a special surprise for the last few weeks. On June 9th, we'll be releasing a special edition video podcast interview featuring Miss Denver. Make sure you're liking and subscribing to our show to not miss this feature. As always, huge thanks to the DPS Communications team for their help with producing this episode and this season. Have a great summer, Team DPS. We'll see you next school year.